Well, audience, here we are. It's the late game now. If we're going to win this game, we need to make sure we keep moving. We need to expand our empire overseas. We need to take all of our aircraft carriers and bombers and take over Sweden. And we need to stop various people winning. America, Portugal, Byzantium, all three of these genuine contenders for the victory. And now we have Russia and Sweden also beginning to threaten culture victories, as well as the diplo victory being there. There is a lot for us to manage. I say we do not go quietly into this dark end of game. We go loudly, wildly. We just lash out inappropriately using aircraft carriers. What say you? Would you like to join me? In other totally unrelated news, I have 6 uranium at the moment. I wonder if I have more gandium in my empire. Let's go and have a look. 11 results on the entire map. That's, well, slightly concerning. That is true mystery uranium, but seems to be missing an icon. Never mind. That has sunk, so even if I was to go and settle it, which I could, and actually I think I shall, yeah, should work. Should give me the uranium, even if the city center is pillaged. We'll give that a go. I will claim that from your Russia in our wars. That has been claimed by me already. These are all my, oh my goodness. Kublai has 3 sources. You are my ally, and it's really annoying. America has some. No, they're my ally as well, as does Portugal. That's already mine. That's my allies. All right, there's actually not as much uranium as maybe we would want. Enough though. Enough for us to have a little bit of fun. Sweden's army, only 420, but they do have some submarines. I don't like submarines. Submarines can easily scupper some of my units. There's Kilwa. Oh my goodness. Who's my military ally these days? Ah, hello there. Would you like to be at war with Sweden? Are you already at war with Sweden? No. He must have made peace with Sweden. All right. Who will I declare war with? Oh, they're only allied to one of my allies. That's fine. Golden Age war it is. Sorry, Sweden. You have all of the natural resources. I must claim them. Norway does want to get involved. I just couldn't initiate it that way. I don't know. Anyway, we've got +5 combat strength. That's good. So I managed to pull Norway into this war, and Sweden was already at war with Australia. Fine. No issue at all. Nuclear submarine meet regular submarine. Oh, look. I win. I'm going to leave these submarines just off the coast. In case this submarine wants to venture out, it's going to have to go through my hidden units first. I'll pull 1 aircraft carrier into this bay just to illuminate. Now, as you can see, I can use my bombers to start striking Swedish targets. There is something so satisfying about using jet bombers on aircraft carriers. It feels so grown up. It feels so proper. Selling uranium on the market. That seems like a good idea, doesn't it? Let's not think about it too much. All known, giant death robot. Mecha unit 5000. You're going to be the one that claims all of these Swedish cities for me. Do not go quietly into this night. Build a giant death robot and stomp all over Sweden. That's what I say. Okay, so I did have a little of a plan here. I was going to keep these aircraft carriers alive for as long as possible, but alas, a submarine did slip through and broadside one of them. The good thing is that that does give me a little bit of experience. The bad thing is that if this aircraft carrier dies, all of my bombers will fly back everywhere and I'll have to build a new one, which will be really annoying. Ideally, we don't want that. First of all, let's take Halmstad. Lovely. And then let's take this city. Umea. Bam, that's killed a battleship. Lovely. Now this nuclear submarine can shoot there. And this one is going to be more blunt with its screening. Do not want you to get through. A new city reveals itself. A new city to strike. My backup aircraft carriers are being attacked by a battleship. That's annoying. Luckily my jet bombers have got pretty good coverage and we escape to fight another day. In the meantime, Australia finally bites the bucket. The helicopter army was too much for it. The diggers are no more. Goodbye, Australia. You did not stand the test of time. You were very annoying though. I'll give you credit for that one. Is this city really not loyal? It's not. That's unbelievable. I feel like that will sort itself out. I mean, Tyre is just there and it's being really annoying. Maybe we can get a cultural alliance of some kind going. Kublai, what are you doing this game? Shh, they are listening. You're really creeping me out. You creeped me out earlier and now you're just continuing to creep me out. Who's listening? I guess that's the whole point, isn't it? Maybe we're not supposed to know who's listening. Oh dear. Now this is a problem. World Congress is about to meet. If I don't re-ally everybody, all of my alliances have expired, the chances are Sweden, with a lot of diplo favor, is going to declare an emergency and everyone will join in. So I will find myself at war with the world. The question is now, do I want to be at war with the world? I'm sure it will be fine is really not fine. I will lose this city if I don't make a cultural alliance with America. It was a cheeky settle when I did it. It remains a cheeky settle. Do I go to war with the world? I might need to if we're going to stop the science victory. Someone is going to pick up nanotech almost immediately after I declare an alliance. I can just see it already. Then again, all I need to do is declare one of the wars against my regular allies. All of these are level 2 allies. If I declare a war at any point, I will trigger a betrayal emergency, and a betrayal emergency will declare me against everyone. Who's going to be most likely to attack? Kublai? Kublai has Auckland right on the coast, which would give me a lot of production, and Ngazagamu. Plus, it's within range of some of my cities here. Kublai is going to be the one that I'm not going to ally. Everyone else I will continue the alliances with for now, knowing that if I need to break these alliances at any point, I'll declare war on Kublai. I think that works perfectly. I am a maniacal genius if I need to be. Portugal knows how much this alliance is worth. 21 gold, yeah, absolutely should be right. We've actually stumbled onto smart materials. That's really handy. Also really worrying because smart materials is pretty accessible. If the AI goes for nanotech, which they have to in order to get to this point, yeah, they're not going to hang around. I think someone's going to grab nanotech very soon. Quickly, the aircraft carrier is going to eat some turtles before we progress. Oh wait, hang on. I can attack with a jet bomber because I can always just use my aircraft carrier to take the city. Of course I can. Battering ram. I forget these things have a melee attack. Oh, that's ridiculous. Victor, I'm going to need you in here. We've made a mess and I need you to clean it up immediately. Let's just start bombing the next few cities and bring my aircraft carriers around. Got some other cities to go and defeat. I love how maneuverable these jet bombers are on aircraft carriers. City's already down to 0 health. When's the next point I can get a giant death robot? Does anyone else want to buy anything? Oh, there we go. We just need to give gold per turn to Portugal. That's absolutely safe and is never worrying. Second and final giant death robot has been produced. Excellent. Oh, I can't believe we got to battering ram a city with aircraft carrier. It was so good. Oh, the uranium's gone. Oh, of course. It's now permanently gone. There is no more uranium on that tile. Well, Mr. Settler, I hate to break this to you, but you are totally pointless. Yeah, we suspected this might be appearing. I'll vote down 3 times. I'd like it if we were the ones that got to decide when and where we went to war, but it's unlikely to be a thing we can control. Is that dust storm in my territory? It is. All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Oh, Byzantium has joined in on the war. Now they actually share a border with Sweden along the top of the map if we go this way, like there. So, and Zanzibar, we could actually liberate Zanzibar. It's tempting. Giant death robot will start off the turn by taking this city. Delightful. And this giant death robot will take this city. Even more delightful. I've never understood this +1 sight range on an aircraft carrier, because if you've got a plane on an aircraft carrier, the sight range of it is way better than the actual even improved sight range would be. It seems like a really, really ridiculous one. I like the movement, but why do you not just get extra aircraft, extra aircraft, extra aircraft? Yeah, that just seems like a way better idea. We can strike Stockholm from the sea. Amazing. You will fall, Stockholm. We're going to start rushing builders now in Mamarandi, as well as just making sure we have the builder card in. Although, I mean, do I really want to get rid of that legacy card? I don't know. I mean, 2 charges on a builder's hardly anything. Let's just go for the moon landing as it is. I need to get to space. 200. Sid Meier AI will win by this point if you're not careful. The modern era. It starts with globalization, as it always does. Let's make Strategic Air Force. It's a really good card. And International Space Agency. We missed out on that Nobel Prize. Oh, by 40 points. That's hilarious. But I am getting better album sales, so at least my rock bands will actually do something. We remain in a golden age. We remain to arms. I think I will try and rush a new government. We need more cards. Accumulating resources with improvements provides +1 per turn. That's quite tempting, actually. And the commercial hubs and encampments provide 10% production. I very rarely go for corporate libertarianism, but I like the idea of having huge mega companies. But if I could get more uranium in, oh, that means more robots. Goodbye, dear Stockholm. Another one falls. The trick is, if you keep capturing cities fast enough, loyalty will never catch up with you ever. And that's just great. Oh, go on then. We'll settle this flooded island. We'll make it into a beautiful home, probably. All I can hear in my ears as I go through the turns is just successful rock band after successful rock band. What does the AI do that I don't? Honestly, those things are absolutely ridiculous. I mean, look at this. Just huge chunks of culture keep appearing. It's frightening. Give me engineers and fewer grievances, and give me Diplo points, because Portugal will probably get them anyway. I mean, I'll vote on my stuff a little bit because people are likely going to be distracted. New musicians, I get extra grievances, and Portugal Portugal gets the points. What do you want, Portugal? 15 points. Oh dear. That's a little bit worrying. That is a little bit worrying. So they can now win in the next Congress. I'm going to have to really think carefully about this now. The best bet about settling here is I start with 17 production from my electronics factories. Nice. 14 population city falls to my Japanese Legion and Helsingborg as well. Which is the one that gives me more movement? I haven't found it yet. I don't need to rush off-world mission. We're barely doing it. Give me that, and then that, and then that, and then that. Okay, cool. I just want my giant death robots to actually be decent. Although they're not decent at the moment, but if you give them huge drones, then it all works out well. You know you're being vindictive when you bomb a dam. Ha ha ha. Now you shall flood. Oh, thank goodness, that rock band finally died. Oh, one of them did. There's still another one somewhere. I'm sure it will be fine. Is next to a huge hurricane. Aptly named, actually. That's run away. 25% less war weariness. Well, I'm running a card that reduces it by 15%, and I'm in a war that produces basically none. So that's very handy indeed. No war weariness pretty much at all. Another Swedish city taken. This has not taken as long as I thought it would. Don't know really what I expected, but giant death robots certainly have made it a little easier. Look at these AI, hungrily gobbling up all the luxuries that I'm stealing in my war conquest. They know exactly what's going on here, and they're like, it's all good. We won't ask where all of this stuff came from. Go moon landing. 10 times my science in culture. That's 23,000 culture. Slightly weird tech as well. Portugal and America have found smart materials, but not nanotech. I think I must have got the tech tree slightly wrong, which means nanotech isn't one of the techs you need to get before smart materials. Okay, perhaps it's not quite as bad as we feared. Well, let's launch the Mars colony. I'm also going to start more trade routes from my capital just to see what production I can rock. Yeah, we took a turn off that. Amazing. There's something just wonderful about playing Japan. Bimothy is just some random little island, a twin island with a piece of coal in the middle of it, and somehow this coal power plant is still giving me +6 production. Ah, Japan. Never change. So many potential commercial hubs. Get them all down. All of the trade routes, please. Fix these walls. They were never broken. You can't argue that they were. None of this was pillaged. I don't even know if this was me. Was this me? I'm blaming a storm for this one. Wait, am I the storm? You know what? I think I may be the storm. The anime storm that conquers everything in its way. Boom, boom. I tell you what, this cultural alliance of America is very useful for me. All of that city actually had a trade route in it. My goodness, how many cities have I got to conquer to get a trade route around here? I think Russia. You're only allied to one of my allies, so guess what? You're going to get Japan as well. There is actually a really good liberation here. And my bombers just need something to do. So there you go. Look at that huge trajectory. Super fortress jet bombers. Oh my lord. I never actually promote my bombers. This is hilarious. I love bombers. I love aircraft carriers. Oh, and more aluminium. So much aluminium. Oh my goodness. I didn't think I needed more, but turns out I did. This is both flooded and also on fire. You know what? I'm actually quite impressed about that. That's going in the gallery. I spotted one of the rock bands. That was only 2,000 tourism. That's not going to win you a game, but I don't like where this Russia number's going. I really don't. I'm about to become a culture defender, though. That's quite fun. Look at my 800 culture. It's almost nothing, yet here we are. I really wish at some point before Civ 6 finishes and Civ 7 begins that we can figure out whatever this bug is on Great Works, because I really want to play a bunch of culture games, but I just can't force myself to because of the, well, time it takes. It's just absolutely ridiculous. The turns won't load when you have absolutely tons of Great Works. I still don't know to this day why. Oh well, for another time. There's liberalism. There's e-commerce. What would help with my space projects? Wars of Religion still giving me something. Strategic Air Force is still helpful. Resource management is giving me a ton of aluminium. Still got 8 to go, and that's actually without the 2 improvements that I can get. Let's get in the legacy card, and I think collective activism's got to come in now. Let's crunch that culture number up a tiny bit more. I want to be the culture leader. This is why I love Tokugawa so much. Look at that. My internal trade route is the one that gives the most gold out of all routes that are available. available right now. What is with that? And I just one-hit a battleship with a city strike. Okay, cool. Come on. Get to Mars. Do it as quickly as possible. I've got all the builders. Get in there as fast as you can. Actually, I might just 1 or 2 turn an encampment here. Not only would that make all of my trade routes better, it also then means I can put the government card in, which would speed everything up very nicely. Oh, look, my jet bomber can make it all the way over to an aircraft carrier. Ha! America has giant death robots now. Uh-oh, that's not good. No nanotech, though. Oh, they still appear to be trapped behind the nanotech wall. Fine. You know what, America? I'm just going to wander through your territory with my giant death robot. I'm sure you won't mind. We got to get to Kamasi as soon as possible. Advanced AI. Okay, we're finally getting off-world mission now, which is fair enough. My builders are kind of stacking up and they're ready to go. Look at all these builders. Look at all these trade routes. Delicious. Actually getting the Wars of Religion card. This is a good question. No, I don't think I am, is the short answer to that one. No. Get out of my government. Integrated space cell. In you go. We're going to be building that one into my capital next turn. Yes. Soon we will be going into space at such a rate no one will be able to stop us. Oh, don't leave your battleships just sitting there. Oh dear. I believe that is Sweden out of the game. That one city, by the way, had 53 science and 93 culture. What a ridiculous city Karlstad was. Yeah, fair play. I'm not getting anywhere near those yields. You gotta love Sid Meier AI. Oh no! Our giant death robot took 1 damage. Get out of Kamasi quick. There's the off-world mission, and we're on to future tech. Into the future we go. And now we can also go for a barracks, an armory, and if funds allow, a military academy. They do not allow. Can I become an oil barrel again? Yes, I absolutely can. Norway is genuinely using all of that oil. Like, I keep selling it to them. What is the AI doing? You know what? Don't ask that question. Just sell them the oil. Hello, Kamasi. I've come to liberate you. This may sting just a little bit. Liberation comes in the form of many Japanese bombers on a fleet of aircraft carriers going around your southern coast. You may not know who I am. You may not know what I'm doing, but I'm here for your benefit. Probably. Wabam. Yes. Yes. Submit to Byzantium. Well, it looks like they are rocking tanks, which would be worrying. It wasn't for my giant death robot. Bam. Kamasi has a modern armor army. Wow, the AI is really kicking out some troops here. That is ridiculous. Russia has, I think, made that whilst we were at war, and suddenly Kamasi is at 132 strength. Now, the problem for them is that it's not going to stop my giant death robot, and now that it's sat in the city, I'm going to just instant kill the unit by taking it. But still, we don't complain. Oh, Amar's being killed apparently. Dido. Why would you do that? Don't do that. Why don't we just be chill? Clearly I'm being chill. Or did I mention that I had Kilwa now? I have Kilwa now. I liberated Kilwa from Sweden, and now I have 15% extra culture. It's just a typical thing. Don't worry about it. Oh, I didn't mean to do a ranged attack there. Ah, well, you survived 1 turn longer than I wanted you to. These giant death robots are good if somebody can work out how to control them. Keep running these bomb strikes on Kamasi up until the death robot can get in. Tell you what, these tank cores are making their attacks really weak. You forget that it is possible to actually put a defense up against bombers. I mean, if they had anti-air in that city, that'd be all they would need. But alas, they don't. But that's okay. Liberate. That reduction in war weariness. Oh, beautiful. And I've got 9 envoys there. Alas, I have no city-state trade routes, but that's not important. Okay, these modern armors are pretty tough. Might be able to just nip in and take this city if I'm good. Is this going to be enough to go to Mars? Certainly is. I'm the first one to Mars, next to an active volcano. I'm sure that'll go really well for my spaceport, and I'm sure Mount Fuji will not erupt onto it. No, let's not worry about that at all. 6 turns, and then we can leave this planet, which is probably a good thing, seeing as we've hit 4.2 degrees extreme deforestation levels. Oh dear. I don't even think I'm the worst here. Oh no, I am the worst. Okay, let's leave the planet. Okay, now I've stolen the city from Byzantium. I just wanted them to lose 1 city, you know? I wanted them to feel at least some pain. I'm gonna be able to take that city? Unlikely. These helicopters stay abroad for now. This tank is gonna beat you up if you land. Oh yeah, I forgot we were counter-spying still. Haha, no one's getting through. Kind of makes sense that Baradur would be totally impassable to spies. Should have thought about that. Oh, Korolev and Stephanie. Look at that. That's pretty cool. And Strauss. Got some genes. All right, the helicopter can get in. Might be a little bit painful, but I wonder if we can keep this. Only America is really putting a huge amount of pressure on. -7, is that it? Alright, Victor, you know what time it is. Let's keep going. Let's just keep taking Russian cities. Every single one we do makes us just that little bit stronger. I love having this many bombers. It's so satisfying. You're attacking back, are you? You're attacking back. I tell you what, Russia is being really sensible with its unit placement. It's leaving units around so that my giant death robot can't move around because of zone of control. It's really genuinely clever. I mean, I can kill these units, so it's only so clever, but what you gonna do? What did I say? I totally called that. I really did. I mean, you'd think I would have done something about it, but no. Spaceport's broken. Let's just see how bad this repair is gonna be. Diplomatic quarters broken as well. That is a little bit painful, but okay, 2-turn spaceport. Everything else can just be left to burn. If I was sensible, I would stay defending this city. I am not sensible. I'm going to leave the city to die whilst I try and take out Zanzibar. I wonder how much faith Chinguetti will give us. We're on 263, 322. Okay, well, I'll be honest, that's a little bit disappointing. I'd hoped that we would have had more there. Never mind. I don't think I have a majority religion, do I? One more city, please. Bam. Thank you very much. Sorry, Russia. We're coming through. And all of these are tribute. Next up, Moscow. Okay, I actually do feel a little bit bad about this. Look at what Russia's going on. They've got Sydney Opera House on a sunken tile connecting to a harbour with Broadway by it, and they've also got the Golden Gate Bridge connecting to a separate, beautiful tundra island. Oh, you know what? I actually feel genuinely bad about killing all this. There's even a canal. The canal has been built because the sea flooded in order to obtain it. This is the best Russia I have ever seen. Oh, I feel terrible. Well, you know what? I'm going to kill it anyway. But I do feel terrible. I mean, there are levels of terrible. And I've not got to the point that I'm, like, feeling bad enough to stop. Poppy dude, I would get indoors if I were you. This does not look good. Okay, Korolev is there to rush this last project through. Stephanie as well. Perfect. In fact, hang on. Where's Mausoleum gone? Oh, Mausoleum may have sunk into the ocean. Don't worry about it. We're starting a new project. It's gone. Oh dear. That is hilarious. Oh, why did I not notice that? I don't know why I didn't notice that. That's brilliant. Now comes the most difficult part of the campaign so far. Trying to work out which cities I built stations in, because I don't remember at all. I swear it was more than I can see. Oh, Paul has some. I see how it is. You know what? Somehow the samurai can actually hold their own against the infantry unit. I don't think the heavy chariot will. That's going to run away. But look, another city falls. That one's from loyalty. Amazing. Wow, all my bombers just rushed in the same turn, and yep, we can just take a city every turn now from Russia. That's Moscow. I think it looks better under Japanese colors. I hope you all agree. How have you not built a monument in this city? Oh, AI, you had so much production bonus. Why did you not do that? I feel like I need to play with Roman Holidays mod again. I've got that itch. I've got that itch for some amazingly competent AI. There is one good thing about the end of the game. The choice of tech. Surprisingly easy, as is the choice of civic. I used to have a mod that actually recycled Future Tech and Future Civic to make them repeat. I don't know where that's gone. Must have disappeared at some point. The spaceport is back online. Here we go. Laser station time. This is where Stephanie comes in. Very handy indeed. Oh, that's interesting. I had Imhotep from earlier in the game with +1 charge, but I never used the last charge, and then Mausoleum sank, which means Imhotep is still in the game but has 0 charges. That's brilliant. It exists, but it's totally useless. Oh, poor Imhotep. Okay, I feel a little bit bad. I probably should have used him. Now, time for Novgorod. This is what my turns look like at the moment. Just repeated bombing. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of bombing. Quite satisfying, really. You just watch the walls eventually break and the damage really starts to multiply. Into space. Why is that volcano still on fire? I don't like the look of that. Please, leave me alone. I forget how little combat strength battleships actually have in melee combat. This is so easily flattened. Look at that. Bam. The Ironclad can just walk straight through it. Absolutely mental. I got myself another giant death robot, by the way. I was like, let's make this a little bit easier. Now, onwards we go once again. Yeah, look at that. Samurai is absolutely able to hold its own against infantry. That's so funny. Go, go, Gadget Samurai. I think this city is going to be a little bit easier to take than the others, given the fact the walls are already beginning to melt like warm chocolate in a summer's sprinkling of light. Yes, that's what normal people call the sun. Sprinkling light. I don't know what I'm talking about. This is the perfect end stage of a game where Ursa just goes a little bit mad from conquering. I'm enjoying this though. It's very therapeutic. Makes me also really appreciate civs like Mongolia, Byzantium, anyone that gives combat strength to bombers. Aztec is another great example. I love those civs. They're a lot of fun. That is the grand city of Zanzibar, liberated from Byzantium. Get out of here. Give my cities all of your luxuries. Thank you very much. Why did I build the spaceport next to the volcano? No one's sure. That's 3 more projects this turn though. Teddy did get nanotech. Okay, so I was right to worry. He was just delayed by probably 15 turns more than he needed to be. Just watch though. Sid Meier AI is going to absolutely chop through this. See if I can get some dip play visibility on America. See if I can figure out exactly where it's being built. I really want to see how quickly. Wow, just watching all that was absolutely mesmerizing. Another city falls. Good thing about the global temperature being 4.7 degrees higher is that every turn there's a flood, and I've put so many dams down, they're all being defeated. Oh, the satisfaction coming from this game right now is huge. Tula is taken. More cities fall. More. What am I on now? 58 cities and 500 population. Exactly. Nice. We're on to St. Petersburg now. This city's quite tough. 135 strength when I'm attacking it, but we will grind it down. Yes, here we go. Here we go. Aid request. You know what? Sure. That's Portugal doing at the moment on that. Still 15 points. With the next points expected to come, not in physics. I'm going to win that. Not for a little while. Next Congress isn't until 15 turns. I think we might be able to eliminate that as a possible victory. Peter as well is now having a problem with my domestic tourism. Yes, look, I've taken over and I'm now stopping him from winning culture. Amazing. He'd be almost halfway there if it wasn't for me. And because I've taken out Sweden and Australia, it makes it harder and harder for him as well. So we are countering that culture play amazingly. We're actually finally getting trade routes in our Australian cities as well. It's very late, I know. There's something so satisfying about putting traders down. Okay, visibility is here. You can see Charleston. Charleston's doing the Mars colony in 8 turns. This feels like the wrong city to be doing it. If Washington started building it, actually, look, Charleston does have a pretty good industrial zone. It's not the best. I reckon America probably could win by turn 2, 3, 4, something like that. So we had about 20 turns to spare in the end. And I reckon if we were playing with Roman holidays, it would have been maybe 15 turns before. All we would have had to have done to counter that is declare war on Mongolia using Golden Age War. That would have triggered the betrayal emergency. America would have joined into that. I then would have attacked America and bombed out all their spaceports. It would have been much, much worse. I would have been really having to fight my way through, but maybe it would have worked. Still taking cities from Byzantium though. This is very satisfying. These are all of mine. All mine. This fleet of aircraft carriers has by far been my favorite thing of this game. It's so satisfying just watching them move around the map. Supported, of course, by Japanese death robots. The Russian capital is mine. Yes. Yes. Join me. Join me. I've actually stolen Golden Gate as well. Went up to 13 light years per turn. We've got a bunch more projects appearing soon as well. The other side of the Golden Gate Bridge has been taken. The land is not as pretty now I own it. It's a little bit more on fire, but we don't mind that. I am genuinely very impressed by the level of defenses that Russia have been able to put into the cities. They're so difficult to break, even with all of these jet bombers with fascist legacy. Fair play to you. Fair play to you, I say. Another source of uranium. I can get another giant death robot. It's 4 of them now. Amazing. And we're still flying jet bombers into the front lines. I love aircraft carriers for this reason. You keep them moving. You bomb every single turn. It's wonderful. Solikamsk is also gone. Oh, Kublai likes the fact that I'm respecting his boundaries. You know what? I actually don't really share much with you. Yeah, fair play. Hey presto! The victory screen! Oh, it's good to get a bit of momentum back. Late game war. It never fails to impress me how effective it is. Let's look at some stats. Caesar, I think, is a fair reflection of score in that game. Buildings constructed. I was right at the bottom of that for some time. It just shows you the sheer economic power of Sid Meier AI. Cities captured, we'd gone above 40. Cities founded, above 23, 24. Cities lost, none, of course. Districts constructed, most of these were conquered, but having more districts will make you beat the AI every single time. Great people pretty low. That's typically quite common in a Sid Meier game, especially one where you're not going for culture great people. That's normally the one that goes for it. Player culture, I was pretty low until maybe turn 175. Faith, I was just nowhere to be seen. Science though, yeah, Yeah, I took the lead probably about turn 170. We were trying to scientifically keep up with the AI. America was putting in a really good show for some time there. Good on them. Score? Yeah, this is where the conquering started. You can see Australia's line going down there as mine goes up. Cities destroyed. Only one destroyed by Kublai. Harsh, Kublai. Harsh. Religions founded. Every single religion gone before turn 50. That's horrific. Units killed. I actually didn't kill the most there. 1, 2, 3. I was 4th from bottom. It was Harold. Harold killed the most units by far. Units lost. Look at my line down there. Dido barely lost anything. Wow. I reckon we probably lost just less than 10. And wonders constructed. I constructed 4 wonders apparently. With Australia having the most after Portugal. I always really enjoy playing Tokugawa. There's something amazing about building up your cities, having these beautiful internal trade routes. Yes, am I a little bit disappointed with myself that I didn't build University of Sancor in this desert? Yes, of course I am. I really should have done that. I think University of Sancor, someone in the comments, you'll have to watch this back. Had the University of Sancor been built before I got education? I think it was. I think Sid Meier rushed me there and stole it before I could have done, but that would have been really fun, because if I'd got that wonder in my capital, obviously all of my trade routes would have had another +2 science, so we didn't have quite the perfect Tokugawa build. We could have had up to about 12 science if I'd put that 10th district down. I mean, look, we still don't have an aerodrome, we still don't have a harbour, a holy site. There's a bunch of stuff that could get popped down here. But I think we did well, settling along the south of the map, grabbing this little bit before the desert in the north, taking the defensive choke points of RB Hedge, Dr. Bobby, holding on with flower power whilst Australia attacked me with diggers. That was really scary, but once we had the plains, I attacked from the islands, struck from the northwest and managed to push through and take the prized Australian aluminium. 1, 2, 3, 4 sources of it in aluminium. That aluminium was able to basically fund my entire helicopter and Air Force striking team. I put them on aircraft carriers, took them along, took all of these cities from Sweden, made my way down, brought the aircraft carriers down, and then I've been taking Russia. What would I have done then? We would have sailed them across and I probably would have declared war either on Kublai or I would have sailed them up through Portugal and gone the Byzantium's heartland. I probably would have done that, to be honest, because I could have just sailed a lot of my air force through the cities. I was just trying to keep them on aircraft carriers because I could, really. But that was a beautiful game. Hey, you watching this now, would you mind doing me a favor and liking this video and subscribing to the channel and helping me to don the gauntlets of algorithm bashing power? Imagine Thanos, but me, and less purple. And I'm not attacking Iron Man, I'm attacking the algorithm. Yes, this analogy is perfect. It has been my pleasure. I need to go now because I'm going to go and film the next series almost imminently. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. It's been my pleasure. I'm Asaran, goodbye! And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, The Nickerman, Daddy Bear Todd, Toon General, Civilized, Kappa Yobby Virani, The Uncivil Engineer, Lillian, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy Zersa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Charlie Bears, Flying Dutch Burbs, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Frankincense Battlezord, Bookaluk 79, Bob Loblaw, Davalex, Geography Teacher, Juvara, Hal Carnassus, Morax, Synikush, Echo Bear, Deja Vu, Kovuwu, Legally Trash, Is This Live, Twin Cam Inferno, Martin S, Minnow, Sorted Dutch, Rad Bickley, Shadow of Gaia, Flower Power Bear, Poppy Dude. Thank you everyone for your support. Goodbye!